Hello friends, today we are going to treat ourselves to some apple fritters. So you need about 3 medium-sized apples. I already have washed those. I'm about to peel them, and you're supposed to dice them up, but I want to grate mine. So I'll get to those in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and put the dry ingredients in here, and then I'll do the apples off camera. So we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, we also need a 1/2 cup of sugar. The recipes I saw used white granulated sugar, but I'm going to use brown sugar because I think that it goes well with apples and things of that nature. Okay, so we also need a tablespoon of baking powder. Right, we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We don't need a lot here. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to use that entire half. Went a little skimpy on that. Okay, we need cinnamon, of course, a teaspoon. A little nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and although it's not in the recipes I saw, I'm going to also add a 1/4 teaspoon of clove just because we like it, and I think it'll be just fine in there. Alright, it might have been slightly less than a 1/4, but thereabouts. Okay, so that's it for the dry ingredients. Also not in the recipe, but I think I'm going to add a dash of lemon juice, maybe about a 1/2 teaspoon, just because I think that also goes well with apple and baking products. We need 2/3 cup of whole milk. Teaspoon of vanilla, and then I'm just going to add 2 eggs lightly beaten. Which I have already broken in here. I don't really think it's necessary to lightly beat them, but I'll try to follow the recipe. Alright. So we're just going to mix this up. And I'm sure you could use buttermilk too. I didn't think about that, or I probably would have. And then all you do is add your apples to it. You can either have them chunked up in bite-sized chunks, but I think it would be nice to grate them because I don't want a big bite of apple. So I'm going to grate mine. If you're uncertain of the size of your apples, you want about 2 cups after they're cut. Or shredded, however you want to do it. Okay, so that's it for our wet batter. And in the meantime, I'm going to peel and add my apples in, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I ended up doing a mix of both grated and diced. You can make your chunks as big or as little as you like. I just didn't want mine too big. But if you like big, big chunks of apple, then by all means, just make big chunks of apple. It doesn't really matter. So we're gonna let this sit and kind of soak together for a few minutes while we go ahead and mix up our glaze, because we want that to be able to go on when they're hot. So I'm gonna set this aside. Turn on my oil. We're gonna fry these like donuts, so we want the oil good and hot. I got apple everywhere. Alright, our glaze is just powdered sugar, milk, and vanilla. Very basic glaze. If you would like to add some other flavors to it, you could add maple syrup, maple extract. You could add a little cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, any of that stuff to it. If you want to sift this first, you can, especially if it's chunky. It has been chunky lately, but let me see. This one's actually quite soft, so I think we'll be okay not sifting this. Got this half cup here that I had powdered, that I had my brown sugar in a few minutes ago, so that's going to be fine. I hope I have another bag of this, because I have another treat that I want to make this weekend. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. But I'm going to need some powdered sugar for the inner cream. That's all I'm going to say. Alright. I wasn't sure if that one was full in there, so I went ahead and added another little extra just in case. A teaspoon of vanilla. Tablespoons of milk. Oh, that has a little egg in it. Okay, I'm just going to wing it. 1, 2. I know that wasn't quite 2, but there's a reason. I don't want it to be too runny, so I can always add a little bit more as I mix this up if it needs it. And it probably will need it, but this stuff changes so fast. One drop of liquid will change it in a heartbeat, so. Alright, that's not really quite a glaze, is it? Alright, let's give it another little dropsy. I think you can also add corn syrup, like Karo syrup, to it. And I think that helps it to kind of, I'm not sure, be more glazy. Sure melted down to almost nothing, didn't it? Guess I didn't need such a big bowl after all. Here we go. I think I'm gonna let it sit like that for a few minutes while we start frying some fritters, because it might end up just getting a little more thinned out just by sitting there, and if it don't, then I'll add some milk to it, because see, it's already fairly runny, but I want it to stay on there. I don't want it to run completely off, so I want it to be a little bit thick. All right, we're just gonna go with that, and I'm gonna regroup and we'll move over to the stove. All right, friends, see how our batter has gotten a little bit of bubbles on top, like a pancake batter would? That's good, that's what we want. So, my oil is hot, and I'm going to use this little scooper. Have no idea how much it holds. This is actually the first time I've ever made these, so. I think a lot of people use ice cream scoopers, but mine don't have the extraction handle on it. So because of that, I probably should have kept that. In case it don't slide out of here. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So I think about a 1/4 cup each is what you're looking for. It is bubbling. Probably could stand to be slightly hotter, but I think it's okay. You can make them as big or as small as you like. This recipe should make about 8 1/4 cup size ones. But since we're already hitting the 4 mark here, I think we're going to get at least 10. I want it to be semi-flat so that they cook all the way through. I'm only going to mess with 4 at a time. About 3 minutes per side. A little bit golden. You want them done but not burned. Not sure what the best thing to turn them with is, so I'm going to have several options here. I've got my wooden toaster tongs, regular tongs, and then I've got this thing that I use a lot, this slotted thing. I have a paper towel line. Okay, so I don't know why my camera cut off while I was frying them, so you missed a whole lot of what I said, which could be good, could be bad, I don't know. So either way, what I was saying when I realized I was cut off was that the very first one, see how it's still doughy on certain areas, did not get fully cooked even though it was a nice golden color. So I ended up cooking them. This one might be slightly more cooked than it should be, but my daughter likes things slightly burned. So I ended up having to keep turning my oil down. But overall, they taste really, really good, and they turned out really well. So I want to make sure that this more cooked one is done, so I thought I would try that on camera with you and let you see what the inside is supposed to look like. So it's basically like a fat pancake that's sweet with a glaze. It's actually real good. I'm very happy. I will be making these again, I feel sure. And it's much quicker than a donut because you don't have to do the yeast and the proofing and the rolling and the waiting and all that. You just mix it up and fry. Really good. Really good. Thumbs up for sure. Daddy, eat.
On my way.